Hey guys, Steve here. Welcome back to another SG Creations where I spotlight all the customs I made, whether it be an engine, rolling stock, or building. And today we have rolling stocks, which are the BR 16-ton mineral wagons, which are these wagons right here. This is not much more of a custom, like a scratch build custom, but they're still considered as customs because they're heavily modified. So, let me talk about like the backgrounds of where they came from. So, they actually appeared in the railway series, but not in the TV series. You can guess they're depicted as troublesome trucks, and you're right, they were depicted as troublesome trucks. And yeah, that's basically it. Nothing much to say. I mean, you know how troublesome trucks are. I mean, they were depicted as troublesome trucks. You know, they're trucks, but with faces, and yeah. So where these items come from was that they were actually surprisingly Hit Entertainment or Mattel or whatever had actually made these mineral wagons. Surprisingly, yeah. But you may have not recognized them, and let's be honest, I didn't really recognize them either. Okay. So it started off with this. Does it ring a bell to you guys? To most of you, maybe. Okay, so these were actually seen. These were okay, so these are one of those like flippable cars. You know, like if you go like over a specific like track, mainly like a switch that has like two like connectors, like two like bumps. That's only like for the gear, like just to spin. If I spin the gear, empty. Filled with gravel. This was actually appeared in Arthur's cold delivery, cold mine, or whatever you might want to call it. Yeah, and these trucks are actually, not spitted as mineral wagons, and I don't see them as mineral wagons. As a kid, I thought these were like American rolling stocks or like a weird truck or something. I didn't think much of it, but I thought it was a really odd and ugly design. But they only did this only because the bigness is just for like for room, like for the cargo, just to flip and switch. Okay, so yeah, so to give more room just for the cargo to be switched. Yeah, so this is the BR 16-ton mineral wagons in Trackmaster form, and they didn't really, and Hit doesn't really did a good job. And here's why, okay, so let's bring up a normal troublesome truck. Here's a normal troublesome truck, okay? And here's a mineral wagon, not modified. So, when looking at a comparison height, it's just, notice how the truck just looks completely tall compared to a troublesome truck, like a normal Blank 7 troublesome truck. It just looks kind of ridiculous to me, and it's just really uneasy for me. So if I were like to give I have another truck at the back. I'm just gonna couple these together, and they were pulled by an engine. It looks completely odd because, well, for starters, I mean, it was supposed to represent the same height as a troublesome truck, but it was just well, it was out of shape. That's the word. It was out of shape, and I really didn't like it. So around a few years before, I've actually put upon myself to modify these trucks. So I didn't want to get the top off just because it has more like the important features. I mean, when you're modifying something like shortening it down, you have to ask yourself, what part in particular do you need important? It could be like the top, bottom, or somewhere like in the middle. At the time, I'm like, you know what, the bottom like is something I don't need at the moment. I mean, like, there's no reason for giving space. I don't care if it gives like one of those flips. I'd rather have something more accurate, compare something so fun and yeah. Hence, where these mineral wagons came from. If you guys know me so well, you'll know that I am really like picky when it comes to accurism, well, in Trackmaster form. So for rolling stocks it's another level. Engines, I mean, depending on like how I feel, but for rolling stocks I'm very picky. So what I did was that I literally just took. I had two of these like in a few years back. Two of these mineral wagons that are like big and like oversized, out of shape. And then I just took the saw. Okay, took a saw, then just sawed down. You can tell like the linings is not very smooth. Did like a horrible job, but I digress. I think it came out okay. And the most important part for me was that it just looks that the mineral wagons would look it's the same height as a Plank 7 truck. So if I were to couple this up with with an engine, I just have ductless here at the moment, that would look so realistic. See? And the only reason I decided I wanted the mineral wagons is because don't you ever get tired of seeing the same truck getting like copy and pasted over and over and over, and you're just like, when are we gonna get a new design? Well, personally, that's just me, and I decided, you know what, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the 7-plank truck, but it's just, I feel like we need a new design, like for a truck at least, not something that's not like, well, the same. And here comes the mineral wagons. They didn't appear in CGI, unfortunately. I'm hoping they would. But yeah, so the only thing was that when I actually had to take this part out, I have this piece just to showcase to you guys. When I took the gravel part out, the flippable gravel part out, I actually had to patch down the bottom here. So when it comes to like the holding loads, I'm just gonna pick up this gravel, just to pour it and dump it down. There we go. It actually holds, so it doesn't have like a hole and so where like gravel is just like spilling down like when it's getting pulled or like just staying there. I need something like some kind of protection, like like from the wheels to the body and the body. Like some protection between like the body and the wheel and the chassis. Sorry. And hence I used cardboard, but then I sprayed it with Flex Seal, which is like waterproof, like like sealing, and it did the trick so well. I'm like, huh. At the time, you would notice like these type of trucks like in past videos, but they were in a maroon color. This time I had all four painted it in a sky gray, which I think it's called. And I was like, it's too bad, like there's no Trackmaster, like no perfect form of a Trackmaster mineral, like a BR 16-ton mineral wagon. Actually, I stand and corrected. There it is. So this is not exactly a custom. It can be. It's just a repaint and a few modifications. So let's just bring it out. This is the mineral wagon that Mattel literally made. It came from the set from the Trackmaster 5-in-1 Sodor set, I think it's called. It had Thomas with it, with a cargo car that looks similar to this. The only thing is Mattel had literally just shrunk it down, which was really surprising. And what's even more surprising is that it's literally the same height. Literally the same height, the same length, the same, like, almost the same. It has the same measurements as a normal Tommy truck. And I'm like, well, I'll be a son of a. That's. Wow. That just blew my mind, because I was like, huh. For the first time, Mattel actually got something right that it didn't do. The mineral wagon just looks completely accurate, and it doesn't look oversized. It's just kept to a normal standard ground, and that's what I like. It was not a custom. It was surprisingly, it was like, literally like this, but only just squashed down and had like this flippable cargo, but the flippable cargo is just smaller. And you can tell by the frames. It has like a wider frames compared to the actual mineral wagons. Let me just take a comparison of like, the two. See, that's just mind-blowing. I mean, this has more of a wider, I mean, I would have appreciated if it was wider. I mean, I would have like, fiddled it. I would have like dealt with that. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that. I'm just too tired. I mean, I think, you know, I'll keep this out the way it is. I just removed, like, you know, the flippable piece, removed the gear that was, like, underneath it. Like, it just had screws. I mean, that was really surprising. Yeah. If I had, like, a copy machine, and I have, like a copy array or something like that, or, like, a cloning, like, something like that, I want to make clones of this and Oliver. Because I really want to make multiple Trackmaster Olivers. The Great Western engine, not the excavators. And yeah, it was really surprising me. The same method I did with the others. Cardboard and Flex Seal, sprayed it, and yeah, bam. You have like, finally have a truck that has, like, you know, holdable cargo. See? And I'm really giving props to Mattel for this. I'm actually that's actually the first time you're hearing me say this. Anyway, guys, these are the 4 custom, well, 5. I'm gonna give it 5 mineral wagons that I'm having. I will make more. Not for a while. It's a really hard, you know, hard work style for me. But I enjoyed, you know, getting, like, you know, like the perfect shape, you know, for the mineral wagons. I really, you know, it's just the little details that really just makes it really wholesome. Personally, that's just me. I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comment section below what do you think about, you know, this modification or custom or whatever you like to call it, about this modification over the mineral wagons. So. And here's just, like, you know, size comparison one more time. Yeah, you know. Anyways, this is Steven Garcia 118 signing off. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.